Hey everyone, we're back up, we're running. Thank you all so much for your patience while we figured all of that out. And thank you, Liz, for joining me today. I'm really excited to be channeling with you. We got an awesome opportunity to channel together a few weeks ago, and I had a lot of fun, and I was so excited that you agreed to join me live within my Facebook group. And we're going to be channeling Archangel Gabriel today, which is amazing. And I cannot wait to see how you sense him. And I really want to hear your take on how he's coming in for you and kind of what messages you're getting from him. So with that, I am also going to have my phone over here, guys. So if I do look over, I do apologize, but I can't see all of your links or your, oh, there we go. I'm starting to see some posts from you guys. So keep posting, but I will be monitoring that on my phone as well. So just a heads up. Oh, and I see 2 comments, and those are the only 2. So it's working within. Okay, so we're all good. So how I feel Archangel Gabriel most of the time is just like a wave of golden yellowish light. He always feels yellow gold to me. And sometimes spirit doesn't always represent to me in color form or really a strong association, but with him, it's very strong for me. And so I always like to kind of think about that, because as you're channeling and you're getting used to kind of how spirit's coming in, when you see certain things that really scream or call out a certain spirit being, it's definitely a sign that they're there. And so whenever I feel like golden energy, that is also kind of source sign for me too, but I get that a lot with Archangel Gabriel. So right now I'm feeling a lot of just energy all around my head and in my heart chakra, and I'm kind of warming up on my shoulders. Right. How are you feeling, Archangel Gabriel?
So he always comes in pretty abruptly, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's you. And then he comes in from behind for me, so it's definitely my heart chakra, but back here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, kind of like a lot of warmth, and then definitely like crown opening up here. So I get like a lot of like expansion up here, and then warmth down my back. So it's kind of like this full thing. And then sometimes I get like vibrations on the outside of my arms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't really felt a lot of that vibrations, or I get a lot of goosebumps for sure. Okay. But let's take a minute to just kind of sit back a little bit and really call him in. And let's, I'll channel a message from him first, and then you can channel in, and then we'll take questions for a while. So,
yeah, sounds good.
Hey, okay. I'm immediately getting from Archangel Gabriel that in moments of hectic rushing around, it's always really important to quiet your mind and take a step back and really recognize that you're rushing around and you're kind of scrambling, and there's just so much that you may be missing as far as what's around you, but also what you're missing within yourself. Guidance is always there, it's always coming. And as we're like rushing around in our lives, maybe it's just a certain situation, or maybe it's like all day, every day. Maybe it's your job, or maybe it's just your lifestyle. That continual rushing around, that flurry of activity, never really gives you an opportunity to quiet your mind and to recognize that you are not your thoughts, and that you are the creator of your experience and your reality. Because a lot of people, especially when they're rushing from thing to thing to thing, one crisis after another, it's very hard to kind of step back and recognize how each of us can respond in a situation that allows us to not only have balance within our lives, but also help a situation by not adding those that energy, that negative energy of that hustle and bustle, the anxiety, to that situation. And this is a tricky thing to learn, especially if you or anyone else feels that they're always constantly rushing around. And he's really highlighting this for me right now, because I know that there's so much going on in the world right now that I could see it being very easy for people to be sucked into all of the, the 3 a.m. tweets, the craziness on the news, all of the crazy stuff going on around the world, not just in the US. And but also adding that layer to their own lives of anxiety and rushing around and trying to get things done, which is, it's always important to take care of yourself and do what you need to do. But he's showing me, and I love this visualization for my brain. This is really how it struck home for me when I realized that I'm not my thoughts, was kind of like a snow globe, or like a little like a can of glitter that's in water. You know how like in third grade you make those like little those homemade snow globes. So it's kind of like that. And basically that's representing your mind, and you can just have all of your thoughts, everything that is rushing around in there, settle to the bottom. And you choose when that happens. You can just take a few seconds to just take some breaths and visualize all of that glitter, that snow globe, whatever's in snow globes. I don't really know what's in snow globes, the white snow stuff. Just imagine it settling down at the bottom, and then you have an opportunity to move forward and choose how things go within situations, how you react, how you observe, how you let things go, you hold on to things. You always have the choice in every situation. And he's just really highlighting that if throughout your day you can carve out any sort of time to let that glitter settle within your mind, let your thoughts kind of settle, let them stream by, if that's a better visualization for you. But once you have them controlled and however you wish to visualize them, I think it's always easier for me to visualize things than it is to just know that my thoughts are settled. It kind of helps me focus in on everything is kind of settling down, and then I get quieter and quieter as that glitter just kind of rests at the bottom. If you can do that, at least, in any situation that you need to, if you're feeling any sort of stress or anxiety, please do so. Take a minute to do that visualization, or any other that's, you like. Take a minute, step back, recognize what's going on around you, and then step forward and choose how you wish that situation to play out. It may not always play out in the moment exactly the way you want it to, but you can always control how you contribute to the situation. And he's saying, dear ones, this is a lifelong practice. You're never going to be perfect at this specifically. It's always evolving for you as you need it to evolve. You can get very good at it and work at it and have that apply and support you in your life. But as you grow and as you change, your means of settling your thoughts, your means of meditating, of quieting your mind, will shift, as is everything else in your life will shift when you are growing through opportunities and making changes within your lifetime. This is part of the ascension process, and this is a valuable lesson to learn. And he's saying he's shooting over to you now. So just kind of tune in and see what he has to say. My hairpins are falling out.
I love that message, by the way. It resonated so much with me being in New York. I was
Oh,
like, oh
wow, you're in
yeah.
New York. Yeah, that's crazy.
Thank you, dear ones, for being here today. We are excited to see you step forward and continue on this path. Know that this is a continuous process and not just something that just happens. It's something that you will continuously do, for you will continuously grow and have to step forward in new ways throughout your life. But that is why you are here, to stretch yourself, to learn, to grow, and to trust. So the more that you trust and the more that you lean in, the more you could help others do the same. It is important that we work on trust, which means practice, not doubting the information you are receiving, and surrendering, as you are doing right now. He's kind of like pointing out to the fact that I have no idea what the next word is, but there's a part of me that's like, I want to finish the sentence or figure it out. And I just kind of go, I don't know what's coming. I'm just going to talk. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. And if it doesn't, it won't.
Yeah.
So that's where the surrendering really came in for me. So it was funny when he was saying that. He was like, yeah, you're surrendering right now.
That's so awesome. Yeah, sometimes when you just get into channeling and you're just going with the flow, you don't even remember what you've said over the last hour, hour and a half. So you have to like go back and rewatch it, because most of the time I'm like, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of you're having to step back a little bit. Well, that's so cool. Thank you so much, Archangel Gabriel, for those messages. I think that really hits home for so many people, and especially for me. Just knowing like you're always evolving, you're always practicing, and it's just going to take time and practice to just continue on your path, and that's super cool.
Yeah.
And
even for me, I'm getting like a little impatient where I'm like, well, did I step forward yet? Because I keep getting this message like step forward, and I'm like, what else do you want me to do? I'm like, I already stepped forward this way, and now I'm realizing that it's a journey.
yep,
Not like a stop.
lots of steps, lots
Yeah.
of steps.
Right.
So let's just take a few questions. I see a few over here. So it's just showing me Facebook user. So Lisa is asking, I was told a while ago you were helping me. I call on you and others a lot. That is awesome, Lisa. Definitely call on Archangel Gabriel. He is a straight shooter. He is going to make things happen if you need them. And that's super awesome that you're calling on him. I'm getting a big thumbs up that yes, he works with you. So definitely feel free to call on him as much as you need to. So Lila, she has, oh wow, she has an awesome comment. She says, that's the second time hearing that message. So that's really cool. It's coming through in different ways, Lila, for you to hear. So that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Haley asks, I would love some guidance, please. You want to take that one?
Sure. I don't see it, so you're just going to have to read it to me.
Yep, she just says, I would love some guidance, please. And this is for Haley. Yeah.
Dear one, it's important at this moment that you make time for yourself, that you make yourself a priority. Know that working on yourself and loving yourself is not selfish, but necessary in preparation for what is to come. There are some doubts or confusions about your path, but they will all become clear the more you take care of yourself, the more you show love to yourself. And he's giving examples of journaling and salt baths and just like really spending time alone and taking that time for yourself. I don't know if you have family or children, but it's almost like, you could love your family, but also make time for yourself while you're in between all of that. Because kind of like what you were describing with the snow settling, right? Definitely taking that time to settle all those thoughts and everything else that's going on in your head is really going to benefit you. He's saying that you may call him in at any time to help you with this, to help take away any fears that you may have or anything that is worrying you or holding you back from doing that work.
Awesome. Marcella is asking, how do I communicate better with you, Archangel Gabriel? And I'm getting, all you have to do is ask for me to be there. You can ask me a question. You can say hello to me. You can call on me to help you with anything that you need help with. He is really, he's doing a lot of work around communication between humans and spiritual beings. So if you wish to work on your communication skills with spirit, so doing channeling or automatic writing, which is a different form of channeling, really, journaling, definitely feel free to call him in, ask him to help you. Really, he's already right there with you, so just make sure you're making the choice to reach out to him and ask him for support. And you can just talk to him if you want. You don't even have to have questions for him or anything. You just say, hey, what's up, Gabriel? And just chat with him, and he's right there. And he's all about that. It was so funny when I first channeled the very, very first time in a Facebook group with Kristin Davies. He was the archangel that came in for me, like, immediately the strongest, and I didn't really know what to say, so I just kind of like pounded my chest like peace to him. I was like so awkward. I was like totally not sure what I was doing even, and he thought I was so hilarious. And I remember him doing that back to me, but like sending me a kiss. So however you want to communicate with him, he's all good with it. He's ready to roll.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I also got automatic writing really, so I just wanted to emphasize that because he was emphasizing that on my end too.
Yeah, and automatic writing is really interesting because it's basically channeling, but through writing, and you just kind of let the pen flow. Whatever comes out, comes out. And I've done it quite a bit when I first started, just as like a way to take notes and to ask questions in places where I couldn't really like have a conversation out loud, or I wasn't channeling on a live or making a video or anything. So it was really a cool way to really start and to see the patterns. So if anyone's resonating with that and really interested in that, I highly encourage that. It's super cool. Tenzin is asking, do dogs carry past trauma in their present life? Would you like to take that one on?
Oh, that one's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes. So it's weird because like I keep getting this whole like collective consciousness. I'm not really getting a sentence, but for me that's kind of implying like maybe dogs as a species share a collective consciousness. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure what he means by that. Oh, actually. I don't know if this is right or not, so we're just gonna go with
throw it out there. Yeah.
So kind of like how we can incarnate into our lives and choose to take on things from the collective and like bring it into our lives now to, you know, transmute it for the collective. Animals can do the same. So if your animal has some sort of like thing that you believe is tied to a karmic wound, it may actually be something that they chose to come here with to release on their end for their collective dog.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I do know, and I got this highlighted for me with that question, that dogs don't really hold on to a lot. Like personally, that's not really what they're there to experience. So they definitely could be working through karmic stuff or collective consciousness for dogs. But most of the time, when they pass over, it's like instant, like they have no healing that they have to do. They're not holding on to anything. So when they're coming through and they do experience things, it's really, they work it out pretty quickly. It stays there. So that's really cool about the collective consciousness. I've never really thought about that. So I'm gonna have to ask more questions on that later,
I'm
because that would be
curious
really
as well, because
interesting.
I'm like, what are you trying to say right now? But
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Very good
Thank
question.
you. Yeah, that's an awesome question, Tenzin. Marcella is asking, how do I communicate with you, and guidance, please? Marcella, I think we touched on that just a few minutes ago. Archangel Gabriel's down to talk with you anytime. All you have to do is think a thought or ask a question in your mind of Archangel Gabriel, or just say his name and ask him to come to you. He'll be there, and he's going to be right there. So definitely feel comfortable doing that. And I'm getting highlighted for you, Marcella, to journal. So write out a letter if you want. That's a nice structured way of kind of starting to communicate more with archangels or angels and spirit in general. You can write a letter to him, and he's going to see it all, and he's going to be right there. So feel comfortable doing that. Polly has a cool question. So she had a very realistic dream in which she was in an area with a bunch of angels, and she was practicing with swords and flying. She felt like she was actually there. Can Archangel Gabriel give her some guidance on what that was? Would you mind taking that one?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff.
Trust in what you are seeing, for at times while we sleep, we travel. In this case, you have traveled and you remember working with us. He's making a note to like keep a dream journal, because it sounds like most of us do a lot of traveling while we sleep and a lot of work in different realms, but we don't remember, right, when we come back. So keeping a journal can really help recall some of those things that we've done.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's super cool.
I love that. I love dreams.
Yeah, they're so fun. And you can do like really crazy stuff too. And it's all like actually happening, but in different dimensions, different places where the rules are a little different, or your mission there is a little different. So it's a fun like outlet, I feel, to go and do different things. Alexandra is asking for some guidance about her job interview tomorrow. Is this a good job for me? Or is this job good for me? Okay, Alexandra. I'm getting Alexandra to remember to keep your chin up. Remember to walk tall, hold your, have you ever heard that phrase, walk with your heart out? Like basically, just be self-confident. Yes, be self-confident in yourself. Alexandra, you're going to do really well. You have the qualifications that you need. You just have to present yourself in a manner that shows that you know your stuff, you know that you can bring value to that company, and you're really there looking for a job that's going to be a great match for you. Archangel Gabriel is saying that the culture there at that job location would be a good match for you. You'd learn a lot of things, like you would be able to grow. And he's showing me that you would be communicating with a lot of people. I don't know if it's maybe like a front desk or front area staffing position, or if you're working with larger teams, but this would be really good for you. And he's saying, just remember to call your team in, ask for help and support in that time, and be confident and know that you're not alone, and you're going to be backed up by a whole team behind you in that interview. So again, be confident and just kind of walk tall into that interview, because you're going to do really well. And he's just giving me the thumbs up, like, go for it. So I hope that resonates with you, Alexandra. Definitely good luck. Keep us posted. I'd love to hear if you got the job and how it fits for you, and if that's something that you're really excited about, share it. Laura is asking, I am working on manifesting a specific amount of money. I am focusing on the feelings that having this money will bring me rather than the actual money. Can you tell me if I am close to manifesting and what I might do to increase my vibration to attract this money? Thank you for your guidance, please. Liz, I get tingly arms when my angels are near too. That's so cute.
So this is Laura.
Yeah, Laura.
Okay. Immediately I'm getting for you that you need to let go of expectations. You need to allow. So it's almost like it's there, it's waiting, but you're resisting. So until you let go of that expectation, you're going to continue to resist what's already on its way to you. So part of that is knowing that it's already on its way, or it's already there. And then step into that being. So being that person that already has that money. And you could even, you could do this thing that I was doing where like 12 seconds a day, like you set a little timer and you do it 4 times in a row. So for 12 seconds, you physically embody what it's like to have what you've already wanted to manifest, and keep that thought for 12 seconds solid. So for me, it was like, I want to be this confident person. So I'd sit there for 12 seconds and I was like, okay, this is what it's like to walk around in this, confidence, or whatever it was. Timer would go off. I'd reset it for another 12 seconds and do that 4 times in a row, only because we do have monkey brain, let's be honest. So to keep it solid for a whole minute is a little tough. So the 12 seconds in between just guarantees that for those solid 12 seconds, you are absolutely in that state of already being and allowing and having. And then it's so much easier for things to come to you.
That's awesome. That's a really great exercise. I never heard of setting just 12 seconds before, so I'm definitely going to try that, because that's
there was
cool.
some math behind it between the times and whatever. I can't remember that part, but I know it does work.
Awesome. Okay, I'm just looking through questions here. So I have another question from M. Christina. Would love a message from my angels, please. Okay, so Christina, Archangel Gabriel's coming in really strong for you. So I think you're just going to get a message from Archangel Gabriel. And he's showing me he has your team behind him as well. And he's saying that just trust and know that you are surrounded by love and light, and you are of love and light, and your team is there to help you in any manner in which you need help in. He's showing, it's really cute. He's showing that he's like introducing your angels to you, not in like a formal way, but just like ushering them in, kind of, like pushing them forward to kind of connect with you. So definitely reach out to your team, reach out to your guardian angels, and trust and know that they're there. And he's also saying, look for a sign or a name if you wish to know your angels' names. They're communicating with you right now what they would like to be called, and they want you to be open to really feel the guidance coming through. So I don't know if maybe you are trying to reach out and you're just kind of, like we were saying a minute ago, expecting it to come a certain way. Just throw all the expectations out the window and just see what comes your way, and just make note of it and then go from there. So they're saying they're ready to get to work, like they're rolling up their sleeves. They're like, we're ready, let's go. So I hope that resonates with you. That's pretty exciting. And Archangel Gabriel is also there, and he's saying that you can call on him whenever, but he really wants you to call on your guardian angels and your angel team as much as possible, as much as you want. You can call on them 25 billion times a day, and they're going to help you in any way that they can. So definitely reach out. I hope that resonates with you. Brenda, let's see here. She has a statement and then a question. So the only dream that I have had in my adult life is 8 days after my mom passed. Wow, like the only dream, Brenda? In my dream, she never said anything. Can I ask what her message was? Thank you. Okay. I'm getting this one pretty strongly, Brenda. She wants you to know that she's okay. She's fine. She feels great. She's healthy, vibrant. She feels like really awesome. And her time was up. Like that was her exit moment. And that was the way she had kind of signed up to exit this reality. And she just wanted you to know that she was good and she loves you a lot, and she's around you all the time, and you can really call on her at any moment. And I want to highlight with this that when people have dreams and their loved ones pop into their dreams, it's not just you making up your loved ones being around you or talking to you. It's spirit, your loved ones, entering your dreams and communicating with you at that time, because you're more open within your dream state. And it's easier for them to kind of slip into your consciousness so they can get messages to you and speak with you and share their love with you in a more direct way. So you know it's them. And your mom is saying, that was me, Brenda, that was me there. And yeah, you're seeing your mama. And that's, to me, it blows my mind too, though, that that's the only dream that you've had in your adult life, like that you remember. But that's a good one to remember, Brenda. So I am sending you a lot of love, and your mom is with you right now. She's very strong over here, actually, in my heart chakra. She's really, really happy that you reached out. So yeah, I hope you feel that, because
awesome.
she's really happy. She's really excited that you reached out, and yeah. Whew.
I got a lot of chills with that one as you were speaking. That was cool.
Yeah. That's really awesome. Lisa, she is asking, why do I get so intense feelings of sadness? Is this something I'm releasing healings? Would you like to tune in on that one?
So I got ascension symptom immediately. But we'll see what Gabriel has to say. So sadness is coming up, so it could be transmuted.
Mm-hmm.
And you will continue to have these spikes and waves of different emotions. Know that they may seem like they're from a past event, but really you're just clearing whatever's there that's residual, is what it looks like. Like he's showing me percentages, and it's like it's going down. So it's kind of like you wanna clear it completely. So like, let's say like at one point you were like 100% in sadness. So it's like, even if there's like that little 5% that remains, it's kind of like we're getting rid of it from your system completely, and you're going to have these spikes and waves of the emotions coming back, just so you could completely clear it.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on top of ascension symptoms with that clearing, like, whew, Lisa, that's a doozy, but that's super exciting that you're able to clear that and just kind of release it. And sending you a lot of love and light with that process, because it can take some time for sure, but that's so exciting that you're doing that.
I'm also getting that it's really great that you recognize that it's outside of yourself, right? Rather than sort of just falling into the sadness and staying there and getting lost. So really great.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Yeah. Tenzin is asking, when I meditate, I feel my head going backwards, and sometimes my body moves and my hands move too. Archangel Gabriel, could you give me guidance on this? Thank you. He's saying yes. And he's pointing at a few times where I've had so much energy coming through that my head just pops back, and it like I can't control it. It just needs to go back. I need to lean backwards. And he's saying that that's what's happening for you, Tenzin. You're getting a ton of energy coming through, and physically our bodies have to kind of try and handle it in some way. And so those little movements with maybe your hands or your neck going back, or you just kind of moving a little bit, that's totally natural. It's not anything to worry about or try and stop. It's just a matter of there's energy there and your body has to do something with it. So he's just saying, don't worry about it. Also, he is saying if you don't like the neck going back, or if you don't like some of the stuff, you can ask that energy to step backwards, so you're not having as much within you, so you're not being overwhelmed in that way. So there, I guess, is a way to kind of work on that if you don't want that to happen. But it's not a big deal. It's not meaning you're not doing anything right or you're not getting anything. It's you actually have a lot of energy, and it's just your body trying to deal with it. Good question. I haven't really heard a lot of people ask that or note that they move a lot when they're channeling or meditating. So that's really cool that you called that out. Oh, Alexandra is saying that she plans on calling on her team to help with her job interview. So good luck, Alexandra. I hope that all works out for you. And Lisa is saying, yes, I will try the 12-second thing. So that's going to be awesome. Muriel is asking, may I have a message from my team? Would you want to take that one?
So I think her guardian angels are stepping forward.
Yay.
And now I'm like having fun sensing them. New.
Well, how do you sense them?
I'm getting a female. Very gentle, so I'm like, come on in.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm getting that they really would like to work with you more, to call on them more often. This is your female guardian angel speaking, so she wants you to call on her more often, especially when doubt sets in, for she can help you with everything that is going on in the moment. Yeah, she's really gentle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Gabriel has something to say. I like him. He's stronger.
Yeah, he really comes in.
Yeah. Right now is the time to examine parts of your life in which no longer serve you. To really ask yourself if this resonates with you and your heart, and use that as a guidance system. And you may call on me or your team to aid you with all of this.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope that resonates with you, Mariel.
Yeah, it really resonates with you.
Cool. So I'm getting a lot of comments on how energy, the movement when you're meditating or channeling, your body just kind of reacts. So that's really awesome to hear. A lot of other people are experiencing that as well, Tenzin. Julie has a question. She had a dream where she had another name. What Sophie was her name in her dream. Was this a past incarnation? I'm getting a big yes on that. I almost called you Sophie. Julie. Yes, Julie, that was a past incarnation. And in that dream, you were kind of learning more about that past experience. And how I know that is when I ask that question, it's more of a yes, no. And my heart chakra just expanded out like really big. So definitely a yes, that was a past life. And your team and Archangel Gabriel is really encouraging you to set the intention if, when you go into meditation or if you're laying down to go to sleep, and set the intention to have dreams or to learn more about your experience. And I think it was another individual who was talking about dreams. Have a dream journal with you when you or meditation journal when you're just kind of coming out of that meditation. Make some notes on what you learned. And Gabriel is saying that there's a lot of information that's going to be coming your way about more of who you are as not just Julie, but as a being of love and light in all these other different experiences. So that is super awesome. And I hope that resonates with you. And I really hope that with that intention, you can learn a lot more about that experience as being Sophie. So super cool. So let's see here. Patrick is asking, wondering why I'm not getting at least an understanding or communication from my team guides. Anything I can do?
Okay, Patrick. I'm getting that you are. You need to trust what you receive and practice.
Yeah.
Gabriel is saying, worry not, for everyone on this end is constantly talking to you. So it's not like the communication is not there. It is there. It just may be, and he's kind of pointing to me, sort of saying like it may come differently for you. So I'm not hearing completely. I may get like one or two words here and there, but it's mostly just like pops in my head and I gotta go with it. And for a while I was like, I'm not getting anything, but the truth was I was getting stuff. I just didn't recognize it as stuff. So it's kind of like you're in the same boat where you need to just let go of that expectation of it's supposed to look a certain way or feel a certain way or be a certain way. And it may be just completely different from what you've seen everyone else do, and kind of just learn your yeses and nos, and use that as guidance of, okay, is what am I what I'm getting right now. Is this what you want? And then, you know, kind of have that confirmation back and forth with them. And then you'll notice those subtle, like, okay, yes, that's a no, right? And then you could use that as your guidance. And the more trust you build, the more you'll be able to receive or recognize that you're receiving.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yes, I really want to highlight that comment that you just made, Liz, about how it can happen for each of us in completely different ways. There are some similarities enough to where like people can learn it and, you know, learn from others, but really it comes down to you as an individual and what are you filtering out or in, and how much are you willing to open yourself up. Like you were saying, you were expecting to hear things when you're not at that point yet, but you're getting all this other information in other ways. And your expectation said, I'm not hearing things, therefore I'm not getting guidance. But you really were and are, like, clearly getting a ton of guidance in other ways. So it's just what's feeling good to you? How are you noticing those signs, messages, that the emotion, the feelings coming in, and then just go with that and don't put an expectation on it, because the way someone channels is going to be completely different the way you channel. So just go with the flow, be yourself. We're all unique. So I really appreciate you calling that out and sharing that, Liz, because that's a really important lesson, especially if people are really interested in learning how to channel. Kristin just announced actually yesterday, or maybe it was earlier today, we're going to be doing another mediumship for beginners course in January, which is going to be super exciting. And I know you took the last course, Liz. It's going to be similar to that, and it's just going to be a ton of mediums, and Jean Powers, a healer, who will be working with all of the students, just practicing with them, helping everyone kind of sense where are they at and how are they getting the spiritual messages that are coming in, and then building off of that. So kind of where are you at, and then building on top of it. And it's super fun, I feel like it's just a really amazing experience, because you get to practice like this, like on Facebook, all the time, as much as you're willing to step forward and practice live on in the group. And it's all private, so it's just the students, so not everyone can see this. And yay, Kristin is actually posting the information below in the comments, so if you guys are interested, click the link and look up that class, because it's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm really, really excited for it. And
I'm excited that it's coming. That, honestly, I just have to say it was by far the best experience for me, because in only like a short period of time, I really started like just communicating with my guides, with other angels, with other beings. And the amount of growth in such a short period of time has been like exponential, because I wasn't receiving, or I didn't know I was receiving. So, but slowly, you know, you kind of walk us through this process of like sensing energy first, right? Or yeses and nos, and then you get into questions. And now I'm having full-blown 12-minute conversations. This is great.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just
So it's just like a beautiful start. Yeah, I highly recommend it, guys.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to take one more question. And let's see here. I kind of lost my place. Holly is asking, does Archangel Gabriel have any messages for me? And if you want to tune in, we can both take this one. Tune in and see what you get. Holly, I'm getting for you that you may feel like there's just so much going on, and it's kind of harking back to what we'd first channeled. I first channeled from Archangel Gabriel. It's just very busy, maybe chaotic for you, maybe just in your mind, and definitely work on building up that willpower, that skill to kind of settle your mind and settle your thoughts, so you can then ask a question and have a clear space, that stillness, that in that energy, to hear the answer from your team or from any ascended master, anyone that you're really resonating with. Archangel Gabriel is kind of underscoring the fact that you're getting messages all the time, but just trusting and going into that stillness will really help you connect even more and just kind of open that door for you. So definitely try and incorporate that into your daily life. And he's pointing at you now, Liz.
So I'm getting for you to trust more of what you're receiving, to lean in and not be afraid to ask certain questions or open up this line of communication with spirit. They're not as far from us as what you think, or maybe, some people kind of like put them on a pedestal. That's kind of what I'm seeing, where you may be a little shy to have these open conversations, but they want it to be a relationship. They want it to just be this flow of constant talking and communication. And there's no judgment there, so you don't have to be afraid to hold back or to not say certain things, which kind of explains like the snow globe effect, where it's like, there's a lot on your mind, so they're kind of like, discuss it with us, talk to us about it, so that way we can work through it rather than it just sort of like dwelling in your mind and taking up space.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, I hope that resonates for you, Polly. Thank you all so much for joining us. I do apologize again for the technical difficulties earlier. Thank you so much, Liz, for hopping on here. I know this was you really stepping forward, and I'm so happy you did it. And this is just a really beautiful experience. And I hope you all have a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're at in the world. Sending you all guys a lot of love and light. And have a good one. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.